makes the shadows proud.
Welcome, 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 welcome. Birdie's hyper this morning. Don't know why. Slept like shit. Had a 19, 20-hour day yesterday, something stupid like that. Yeah, crazy mental week at work. They made up for my day off on Thursday yesterday by just slaughtering me and wanting everything done by a certain time. Yeah, I've actually got sleeves on. I've got sleeves on because it's fucking cold. Like it's a whole 15 degrees. I know for the UK, that's not cold. That's summer weather for the UK. But let me tell you, I haven't set up the heater in here. And it was that close to setting up the heater this morning. It was, it's not nice. And this shed is really warm as a rule. So, yeah, not happy. Not happy. So, but obviously we're in autumn now, fall for my American cousins. And it's, I'm definitely not a penguin. I'm more of a turkey. Yeah, that's probably more apt. I prefer the warm to the cold. But thank you everyone for being here. We've got 18 watching already, and I've just kicked off, so I'm really happy about that. I will do my usuals. I will do a roll call. I have a little bit to go over tonight. As I put in the description, I am going to go over the 0SQLE. I'm going to just rewick the Vortex. I have the Bonza Pro to rebuild because I've only run this in squonk mode, and I want to put it on a mechanical mod and put a fresh build in it, because when I put the build I put in originally was quite high by my standards. Won't be today, and see how it goes with that restricted airflow in there. And I've got the legal mods from Vape Zoo that my little brother, the punk rock guitarist, sent me. God bless his cotton picking socks. And yeah, I'm actually, that's the one I'm probably looking forward to the most, is putting a build in that and giving that a right royal going over. Like I said, the usual, the buffets, bit of chin wagging, me fucking builds up, which is par for course. And yeah, pretty much talking about my week. Like I said, I had Thursday off so they could repair the truck. My truck had a fuel pressure issue, so took them most of the day to remedy that. So I wasn't going to go and sit in the workshop because I don't play well with others. And so they made up for it on Friday. Kicked off at about 2:45 and just got slaughtered all day. It flowed. The day flowed. It was busy, but it flowed without too much, doubling back on myself, which was great. But yeah, it was a pretty good week. And today, a massive, massive, massive happy birthday to my youngest daughter, who turns 21 today. It was the puppy dog's birthday yesterday, but it's my daughter's 21st. So yeah, we're having the family over tonight, aunties, uncles, cousins, rah. So it won't be an overly long stream. And if I do go in the after show, it will only be for a quick high sort of thing. It's going to be a pretty full-on day. Still have to do some tidying up around the house. Wife's frenetic, getting everything ready. She wants, when you got the family over, you want to be house proud and have everything nice and presentable. Not that my house is dirty, don't get me wrong. My house is always kept very clean. My wife makes sure of that. But, you just want everything tidy and everything organized. Yeah, thank you everyone for the birthday wishes. I will go through a roll call to see who's up and about and mad enough to be watching this lunatic. So anyway, we'll scroll back up the top and go through a roll call. Now, Tim NZ was first in this morning, but I know he's buggered off because he's going computer shopping. So he's going to catch the replay. Hashtag to all my people that watch the replay. Thank you very much. Your support is really, really appreciated. Then we had a wild Brian Enoch drop in. Now that the US's time zones have changed, and he's at home today. He's at home now, which I'm tickled pink for him, so he can go and have a little bit of shed time and relax. Good on you, Brian. Thanks for being here. Andy C, we are vaping. Great to have you here, bro. Really appreciate you. Andy, Andrew, Andy, Birdman, whatever. Great name. Then I've had someone that I haven't seen for an age, Victor Alltech. Victor was a regular with the ABS. So, Victor, great to have you here. Thanks, mate, for tuning in. Hope you and yours are all well. That's really appreciated. The beautiful Aileen Bell. I hope you're well, darling. Thanks for joining. I saw in your comments further down that you got a bottle of the Saucy Sunday from Shytots through. No, that's Fluffy Nuts. My Saucy Sunday is on here somewhere. No, that's fudged. I know it's here somewhere. But yeah, hope you're enjoying that, Aileen, because I love that liquid. It is absolutely sensational. Then we have my brother in Mex, Mr. Sawteel. If you haven't checked out Jason's channel, please jump over and check out Sawteel's YouTube channel. Very similar to what I do. Goes over mechs, goes over RTAs, and Sawteel is also a pretty good DIY mixer. So please go and check out Sawteel on the tubes, as we say. My beautiful big sister, someone very near and dear to me, Jane Dowd, or Dord, sorry. Brain's not working. Jane, thank you for being here, and thank you for your continued support. Actually, I should put that banner, have that banner running. Please check out my supporters: Shytots, Zero Mods, Lcious Flavours, SteamCraft Customs, Flavour Craver / ModFog. So please go and give them some support. They support the community, all of that mentioned, and very, very, very good products. From Jane, we scroll down and we get Flavour Craver. Fam, love. Hope you're doing well, Wayne and Kaylee. Got some Flavour Craver in the buffet tonight too, just quietly. One of your own, but we'll go over that. No, don't press that button. What? That's the wrong button. The Purple Princess, Vapor Bunny. Sorry, gonna upset you tonight, Bunny. There is a bit of purple in the buffet. Got to say. And it wasn't done intentionally. It's just how it fell. Dion Troy, Dion 78. That's all you'll ever be to me. Dion 78. Hope you're doing great, mate. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you. Aileen, you said Curry loves his Tim Tams. It's a bit of an Australian thing, isn't it? The Tim Tams. I don't think I've met anyone yet that doesn't like Tim Tams. So, and that's a long way to ship. Australia to Finland. Yeah, that's a long way to ship. Scrolling down. My little brother, the punk rock guitarist. Hope the kids aren't too crook, mate. You know, I was on the phone with Craig earlier, as I do pretty much before every stream, as I pretty much do every day. The kids started to become poorly, and yeah, so I dare say Craig's going to have a house full of sickies this weekend, which means the poor bugger can't go out and get his new guitar. Shit bugger bum. That's a pain in the proverbial. The delightful and delectable Leander Man. Thank you for joining, Leander. I appreciate you being here. I hope you and yours are well. And I hope you enjoy what I do. So keep scrolling down. William OG, legend that is. Hope you're doing great, brother. Thanks for being here. And Freerider Vapor. Hope you're doing great, brother. I'll leave the Mickey Mouse thing alone. Or will I? Hope things are great in your world. Freerider, thank you for being here. Dave Watman, Handmade Coils, the legend that is. My parcel has left the UK from Dave. I am so excited to receive some of Dave's coils. Thank you so much for that. I do appreciate it. I just said, Dave, make me these. Tell me what I owe you, and we'll square it up. And that's exactly what Dave's done. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to giving some of Dave's coils a serious workout. We all know that I'm a lunatic, and so yeah, I can't wait to give them a bit of a caning. So that's to look forward to. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I should have them by next stream. But then, mate, that's in the lap of the gods. So or postal service. We can't trust that. My brother across the pond, Jimmy Death Rage, mate. Still pride of place, my bro. Thanks for being here, Jim. Hope you and the family are well. Appreciate you being here. Apex Predator. Hope you're doing great, man. And my chat just bloody jumped on me, and that pisses me the feck off because now I've lost my place. Where are we? Oh, Jesus Christ, it has jumped. There we go. Apex Predator, TGIF, Mother Chuckers. Yeah, thanks for being here, man. Okay, now that's thrown me for a loop. MTLHC, thank you. Appreciate you being here, mate. Brian Ferguson, dude, it's been a hot minute. Hope you and yours are well, man. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Scrolling back down. Lcious Flavours. Farty, my brother. Great having a catch-up chat with you yesterday. Sensational to have you here as always. Thank you as well. Freerider Vapors asked me, I brought out the SteamCraft Titan setup. Not saying the owns, but very nice at 250 watts. Just a little tip, Gareth, for the if you want to max out the Titan, the board will give you 300 watts maximum. But if you want to build it perfectly for 300 watts, because the board has a cap on it, if you build at, I'm trying to remember if it's 0.18 or 0.2, it will give you the max that the board can give. That's pretty much the perfect build for the Titan. So just bear that in mind. If you put a 0.12, it will not give you the full 300 watts. You've got to build at, I'm pretty sure it's 0.18 or 0.2, give or take, to give you your maximum output of the board. Scrolling down, an advocate for boobies. Just for you, an advocate for boobies. Mike Frost, the snowman. How are you, brother? Hope you're great. Thank you for being here. Takagawa, Mahat. I still can't find my flat cap. And funnily enough, I've started watching Peaky Blinders again. I still can't really see it, but personality-wise, I can. Anyway, thanks for being here, Takagawa. I appreciate you. Okay. Cheryl Deemers, thank you for being here. Appreciate you, sweetheart. And hello there to Jay Logan. Champion, mate. Great to have you here. And how do we get some? Oh, Takagawa. That's excellent. I hope you can, man. I really, really, really hope you can. And because, yeah, you will not be disappointed in my opinion. And gotcha. Gotcha, Takagawa. Flavour Craver helping me for finding the site with excellent, mate. And just scrolling back up for a second to make sure I didn't miss anyone. I know there was one there that I have missed. Vaping Bic, you cloudhead. I hope you are well. Thank you for joining in. Much appreciated having you here. And I think, oh no, Urban Vapes, my twin. Hope you're doing great, mate. Hope you and the wife are well, brother. I think I now have covered everyone. If I haven't, just say Craig is a hobbit. Say Craig is a hobbit just because you want to. I don't mind. Anyway, that coffee is starting to go cold, so I better drink it. We all know I can't stand cold coffee. And I hate dead air, so I'll keep talking. Anyway, I suppose I should get into a bit of a buffet, and we'll just run that bumper.
Neon haze in the night sky, clouds rising high. Plastic kings in a vapor dream. Vapor fair, let's see them marks. Show me the glow, show me the gods. Vapor fair where the brave exhale. Blow that storm, blaze that trail.
And it has been brought to my attention that I did miss someone, and that is my Finnish brother, Kari Vahamaki. I apologize to you, Kari. It is wonderful to have you here, as always, good sir. Anyway, we will flip over cameras and we will start going through a buffet. Again, I've changed camera angle slightly. So anyway, still rocking out the O-frame Hexone with the Geek Vape Creed, the maple bourbon cheesecake from Lady Liberty. I still get caramel. Or a caramel flavor. It's not caramel. I understand that. And I'm an uneducated heathen. I don't know what maple is. So, but anyway, that is in there. The Zero 4S40 with a Asgard XL, some white chocolate raspberry cheesecake from Lady Liberty. Oh, no one's got Cloud9 in the States anymore, advocate for boobies. That sucks. My vape smarter that I got off my little brother Craig. Is that light blowing out too much? I'll just drop that light, see how that goes. Is that better? I think that looks better. Yes, that I got from my little brother Craig with the Anunnaki on top. I am besotted with this RDA, I must admit. In that, the Boysenberry Jam's gone from Lcious because it is that fucking good. Then I have my other vape smarter, the Birdy, the Sterling Silver with the MCM Oracle on top. In that, I've got some of the Mexican fried ice cream from Flavour Craver and a 02 which that light still gets blown out, with a Nightmare OG. Yeah, the Oracle is a beautiful RDA, with an OG Nightmare on top, with some of Brentington Bearded Viking Customs finest work in that. I'm still running the Locum, and only a couple more. I know it's unusual, but I've got my purple Evil Dildo with the purple Bonza Pro and the Shytots Dark and Stormy. And thank Christ I have a large bottle of this stuff. You're drooling, Cheryl. It's only over my devices. It's definitely not over me. Birdy should call these buffets vape murderers row. And last but not least, definitely last but not least, the full Voltrove setup, the Voltrove DNA lipo, and with the Voltrove V2. Yeah, like I said, Cheryl, it's definitely not me. With the Voltrove V2 on top, this is just a staple, and it's got some of Waftum's Custard Malone in it. I think I'm only running it. It's a Takagawa. This is a Voltrove made lipo. It was done by Mark Mathers. It's a 4S lipo that runs a DNA 400C in it. And so it's only at 240 watts, but we can bump that up. With this liquid, we can definitely bump it up. No, I don't want to do that. Go back in my bed. I can't see shit. Hang on. I am going to bump it up. Go to power. There we go. Now I know what I'm doing because I haven't got me seeing specs on. We'll kick up the power a bit. We'll take it up to a quick 300 watts because that's where it should be running anyway with this sort of thing. 300. So, yeah, 300 watts. And that'll do me for a buffet. So we'll flip back over. 300 watts. And that probably needs re-wicking. Oh, the purple, that one, Takagawa, that's the UL Evdillo. Nah, no, I didn't. An advocate for boobies. I never got the collab mod with Silvercraft. Unfortunately, the Minister of War and Finance put a kibosh on that. Unfortunately, but it is what it is. You know, you can't have everything. I'd like to, but I can't. And bills have got to come first. So. Well, William OG is saying that Vapor DNA has Cloud9. That's good to know. That is very, very good to know. So, yeah, it is. It is, to me, for my personal use, Cloud9 is still the best for what I do overall. You know, I can run it at, 900 watts. I can run it at 40 watts if I'm doing MTL, and it just works. I don't get any, next to no break-in time. Well, I don't get any break-in time personally. And it lasts, like I can set it up in my work beaters and I take 4 mods to work with me every day and I get a full week out of them at, greater than 100 watts. So, and they're all, for the exception of one, they're all running 0.11, in a regulated device. I'll talk all day about my resistance on a regulated. I won't talk about it on a mech. And yeah, I get a full week out of Cloud9, 4 devices, and I'm literally up for about, usually I'm awake for at least 18 hours a day. So yeah, I find advocate for boobies. I find Cloud9 does work very, very good in a Boro. The couple of Boro mods that I own, I've never had a single issue, whether it be mech or regulated. You know, like I've got a few Boro mods. I think I've got 2 mechs, 3 dot Boro, 2 or 3 dot Boros, billet box, tighter, you know. And even if I use them in MTL, you know, like like I use it in the Ether, I use it in the Blaze MTL. I've not had a single issue. Works beautifully every time. The only thing that I'll say with Cloud9 is that you've just got to pick your thickness that you want. So if you're doing a single coil build, oh, okay, Steve-O. Steve-O, great to see you here, brother. Thanks for joining in. Appreciate you. You've got to thin your cotton out a little bit more, do you, Steve-O? I'm taking by what you're saying there. Yeah, I don't know. I just do it by muscle memory now, because I've used Cloud9 for so long, that yeah, you got to thin it a bit more. Look, and I understand that, Steve-O. Kirshen Gunda, great to have you here, my bro. Hope you're doing great. Thanks for joining in. Yeah, you've just got to get used to the thickness of it. When I cut off a piece, I find that this is perfect if you split it in the middle for 2 3.5 millimeter coils. If I'm using 3 millimeter coils, I'll take a little bit off. And obviously, it's completely different when you're doing 2.5 millimeter coils. Not that I use a lot of 2.5 millimeter coils. And when I use 5 and 6 millimeter coils for the bigger RDAs and RTAs, it's just done by thickness and by feel. And what I find that when I put it through the coil, as long as I've just got tension on the coil when I slide it back and forwards, not that it distorts the coil, not that it's tight, just it slides through with a little bit of tension, I find that's the perfect thickness for me. And then I thin out my tails accordingly. So yeah. So anyway, I probably should have put a poll in, but what I'll do first, I think I'll do the 0 SQ, and like I said, I'm only going to rewick this because the coils in this are near new. And it's definitely my kind of build in this. William OG, mate, I don't know what prices are like in the US for Cloud9, but I find it does go a long way, and yeah, it works exceptionally well. Yeah, okay, Kirshen, you're saying you get used to it after about 5 weeks. Kari Vahamaki, a Finnish YouTuber, did the same as me. What's the same as me, my brother? Yeah. So anyway, I'll do a quick camera reset, and we will have a look at the 0 SQ. William, I do have some puff wick there. It's good. I just prefer Cloud9. Just not black or silver, Takagawa. Yeah, look, I love bare metal, but I'm not afraid of color either anyway. So I'll reset this camera. Oh, that thing with the cotton. Okay, fair enough. Find the switch, turn that off, turn that on so we don't time out. And then we will flip over cameras. I can zoom in a bit more now, so you can get a really good look at some detail. Not that I've changed lenses, I've just changed camera angle. And actually what I am going to do is I'm going to take that banner off the bottom for the minute, just so we can have a better look. And you can see how strong the magnets are in the top. it's picking up that steel box of SteamCraft. That's how good the magnets are in the top of this, and all will become understandable when I pull it apart. So to pull this, to get access to your bottle and everything, just the top comes off. I have done a review on the original Zero. It takes a 28, where this takes a 30. Sorry, I just had to put my glasses on, because these magnets up the top here are oh, you're getting lag on the top cam, not on the hand cam. Yeah. Fair enough, mate. Yeah, I think it might be just when it flips over. So anyway, as you can see how strong these magnets are, they're N50 neodymium rare earth magnets, because you want solid contact between your top and your bottom. And as you can see inside there, it is it is all silver contacts, as is everything with Zero mods. I'm trying to concentrate on two things at once, and I'm not really good at concentrating on one thing at once. Is microwave oven in here? Hope you're doing well, bro. So this, I've had this mod for a couple of years now, so it is well used. It is a Reset V3 510 connector. Underneath this 510 is an O-ring. I'm not going to undo it because I don't have the correct tool to tighten this nut back up. You can buy them from Reset. I don't have one. And it can be a little bit of a bugger if you don't have one. You've got beautiful solid silver contacts, and you can see how strong those magnets are. There was an upgrade from the original Squonk mod with the 510. The original one, this nipple here to attach your Squonk hose was shorter, so every time you pulled the top plate off, the bottle had come undone. So Tony did the improvement here with this. It is a manually adjusted 510. So when you wind this in, your 510 adjusts up. When you wind it out, your 510 goes down. So you can completely remove your 510 for cleaning purposes. And I'm just being careful that I don't drop it. So as you can see there, then you have a square nut that holds your top contact on here, and this nut under here holds your 510 together. So Tony put an O-ring under here mainly to keep tension on this without one cracking the plate. Brian Ferguson saying g'day to everyone. Good on you, mate. And take this all apart, but you really don't need to. I do have a second body. I actually stole this body off Tony P. As you can see, it's actually got Tony P written on there. I have a black body as well. Oi, oi, just Josh. That actually has Birdy written on it. So, like I said, it's very simple design. When you press this button, you can see it moves that contact that way, which then connects to your top one. You can take this contact out for cleaning if you so desire by removing that little clip in the bottom there. I better put that 510 back in before I knock it off the desk and lose it, which is my way. This is the bottle that comes with it, and from memory it is a 10 ml bottle. So, but Tony wanted a tight fit. We all want a tight fit, and I've got hands like fucking feet. There we go. and that's got good tension on that squonk hose. So anyway, we'll take this bottom plate out using this little tool. There's a little notch in there that you just basically pull, and this is probably going to bend it. And I'm trying to see round corners. Probably better off with a screwdriver. Yeah, definitely better off with a screwdriver. There we go. As you can see, that tab locks it in very securely, and it's to go like so. And then you can basically just slide out, and it is on a rail. So there is rails that hold your solid silver contact in, and your button, access to your button. And as you can see, I don't know if it's going to pick it up. It actually says pure silver in there. It's a very, very, very simple device. The button is universal. There is no arrows for it to go in, which way it goes in. But I always, because of the way Tony does things, I always like to put 0 at the facing as it would normally. So that's your mod. So you can just wipe over your contact. Like I said, laser cut, hand bent, solid silver contacts. Getting it back in is just reversal. But you've got to make sure, I don't know if you can pick it up, but there is rails just here that your silver sits in. Just having a quick squirt before the car keys get chucked in a bowl. Oh, Christ, mate, you're giving me 70s flashbacks, mate. So, and as you can see here, there is little checkouts on either side, which is what allows you to get it into the rail system. I don't know if that's picking it up. I'm trying to get the right angle for you. So you just line it up and then slide it down. Very, very simple. You put your tab back in there. You can see where it'll line up and just snap it home. Nice and tight. And that's it. That's how simple it is. And it is, I think, an absolutely impeccable device. What liquid we're going to put in this today? One of the other things I do like about this is that you've got checkouts both sides. So you can squonk quite well either way. I think I'm going to put the... what am I going to do? Because they're all going to be similar builds. So I think I'll put in the Lcious Raspberry White Chocolate Cheesecake from Lcious. Look, the magnets are a fantastic idea because they are such high quality magnets, being that they're N50s. There is only, I think from memory, there is only one magnet, like a rare earth magnet that's stronger, and that's the N52s. I'm not going to fill this right up. I overfilled it. Not overfilled it, sorry. I wasn't concentrating and missed. I missed the hole. My life story. So we'll get rid of that. We'll put this back on like so. Nearly half a bottle full. Helps if you get it square. And like I said, one of the beautiful things about this is if you're not making contact at your 510, you can just pull this whole lot up and wind it up and wind it in. Kerr Ploppy, great to see you. Great to have you here, mate. Hope you and yours are well. So we get that over there. We'll get the are you getting the raspberry white chocolate cheesecake and the boysenberry jam scone Takagawa? that one. Love this shit. Absolutely love it. So we'll get the world's most beaten up Odin. Throw this on here. This already has the squonk pin in it. I couldn't even tell you the coils that are in this because they were in it when I bought it off Tony P. And I haven't used the Vortex much. So there we have it. Blowing and glowing. They were tested at 85 watts. And moved that out of my road so I've got some room. These are 3.5 millimeter from memory. No, 3 millimeter. So we'll just get some of the Cloud 9. And this is how I'll show you how I wick with Cloud 9 for a 3 millimeter coil. So what I do here, might just zoom back out a wee bit so you can see more. So you got your piece of Cloud 9. I split it down the middle. Just take a tiny bit off for 3 millimeters. Just roll it back. Twirl an end. And you'll feel it. You got a bit of tension there. It's not tight. See how it's just dragging on the coil? That to me is perfect. Take a little bit off this one. Same again. Roll it. And because I've got sausage fingers, do that. See, you can just see a little bit of tension on that coil, dragging it backwards and not distorting it, just to keep tension. I really hope that you enjoy them, Takagawa. I've been vaping Lcious e-liquid since basically it started. And when Fardy only had 3 flavors out, the chocolate eclair, the banana butterscotch custard, and the raspberry white chocolate cheesecake. And I absolutely fell in love with the raspberry. Absolutely fell in love with it. The banana butterscotch and the chocolate eclair are probably my least favorite, but they are not flavors that, it's not that they're bad, they're actually exceptional liquids. They're just not in my wheelhouse. They are, I can vape them, but I can't vape them for a long period. Whereas the Dean T, g'day, yo, mate. Great to have you here. Thank you for joining in. I don't think I've seen you before, so welcome, and I hope you enjoy the stream. So yeah, as I was saying, Takagawa, all the others I adore, with my favorites being the raspberry, the strawberry, the boysenberry jam scone, the lemon tart. They're all just absolutely sensational. So we'll just give this a bit of saturation. I don't want to go too much, remembering that it has a squonk pin in it. Just let that absorb. Just a quick pulse on the fire button there, just to get it to absorb it in without burning any of the cotton. And I think what we'll do is we'll take it off there and sit it on the 0 before it decides I'm going to get it to leak all down into the mod. Get rid of that over there for the moment. I'll give that cotton a bit of a tidy up in a second. I don't know if that's making contact. Yeah, look, I'm pretty much the same, Takagawa. So what I like to do is back that off, make sure that that's right. Yeah, that's right off. Make sure that that's home, and then wind the 510 up to meet it. Get a battery, fresh off the charger. Being that it's a squonk mod, positive down, that battery should probably go in the bin. Drop it on. Let's see if we can see some squonk action here. Away. Right in. Come on. There we go. Look at that squonk action. Yeah, Jane, you're pretty right there, except I do litre bottles, yeah. Now that I've got that set up properly, I'll just give it a bit more and go a little bit crazier here. Make sure that's all nice and saturated. Like I said, my coils don't crackle, they sizzle. Just tidy that up, make sure there's nothing sticking outside the rim of the RDA. I think we're all good to go. Put the cap back on. It's on. Test the airflow. Yep, beautiful. So there you have it. The Thunderhead Vortex on the 0SQ30. I'll zoom back out a wee bit so we can see it better. There you have it. Nice. Flip back over cameras. Adjust that mic out of the road a bit. Very, very, very smooth airflow. Oh, by the way, that drip tip is a 3D printed one from Tony P. Yummy, 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 yummy. I'll put that banner back on. So what do you think, peeps? Looks good? You think that's a nice looking setup? I love it. It would probably be my favorite squonk mod. Jesus Christ, Birdy. So hang on, where is the 28 version? I do have it here somewhere. God, strike me, Roman. I've got so many fucking devices. Oh, there it is. So just for a comparison's sake, I'll just flip back over. So that was the OG, the 0SQ, and yeah, 20. The black one's a 28. The purple one's a 30. It's identical in its setup, in its iteration, except for this has some finger cutouts where this is just flat. Tony changed the skull up. The back was embossed on the 28, where this one's actually into it. So yeah, a few little upgrades. Like I said, the 510 on this was upgraded to the Reset V3. Yeah, like with all of Tony's stuff, when he upgrades it, the improvements make a big difference, make a huge difference, to be honest with you. Red Baron, g'day, stranger. Hope you're well. I think I better pour myself another cup of coffee. I can get rid of that bottle now because it's a squonk mod. I don't need to drip. How good's that? Pour myself a little bit of caffeine. I think I'm going to need plenty of caffeine today with having the whole family here. So yeah, it's going to be, and we're just having pizzas delivered for tea tonight. You know, there's a lovely pizzeria just round the corner actually. So I think we've ordered 11 family pizzas for us, and then you've got your bread and butters, but you've also got some gourmet stuff in there. They do this one, I think it's called Baronello's, which is a prawn lamb with garlic aioli. Oh, fuck, is it nice. You stink, though, the next day, but Jesus, it's nice. Oh, nice hot coffee. Nice hot coffee. So, and now Tony is still making the Zero SQ30, but you do have to order them. They're made to order. Flavour Craver, it's actually a traditional base. It's not thin, it's not thick. It's not a deep dish or a thin crust. It's just a traditional base. Even with my false teeth, I can get through it. So, which is pretty good. Oh, Urban, yeah, okay. I got to admit, I miss my mother-in-law. She was a ball buster. Most mother-in-laws are, but she was fantastic, and fuck, goddamn, was she a good cook. Yeah. Gary, we've all made that mistake, mate. We have all made that mistake of overdosing on the adulteration, and yeah, don't you know it? Don't you know it? So, next up, which one, Bonza or legal? Do I need to do a poll, or will you just answer me in chat? You tell me. Do you want me to put a poll? Oh, fuck it. I'll just legal. That's good because that's the button. Legal. Legal. Okay, well, we might even not do the Bonza. We might just do the legal, depending on how time's going. The legal's got it pretty well hands down without doing a poll. So you've seen Craig build the Bonza about 3 times. Yes, Aileen, there was an apple Danish from QA. I still have a shit ton of it left because I think I bought 2 liters of it. No, it was 1.25 liters. So, yeah, I still have plenty of that apple Danish by QA. Okay, we'll do the same again. Do a reset. Oh, Jane, yes, you're right. Fluffy nuts. That is fucking delicious. I'm not a peanut butter aficionado by any stretch of the imagination, but I've had 2, and one you can't get anymore. That I absolutely fell in love with. Jane's is exemplary, I will tell you. Anyway, we'll flip over and we'll have a look at the legal RDA by Zoomods. Now, this is the original packaging. I can't do that. Craig sent me this. He, God bless him, he gifted it to me. I will be honest, I have not used it at all. I've kept this purely to do on a live stream. And this is the original packaging. This is how it comes. I do think you can still, I think there's a couple of stores still have these in stock. Check out Steel Valley. Saying that, though, that Vape Zoo has done an update on this, and Craig can put in what the new one's actually called. It's basically the same. Anyway, let's have a look. See, nothing on the inside. Beautiful presentation box. I would say that was where originally coils were. There's been a number of reviews for this already, but hey, it is what it is. This is brand new to me. You get your a big obligatory bag of spares. Now, bearing in mind that this is a true RDA, you cannot squonk with it. They did do a variant that is squonkable, but this is not. It only has a solid 5-10 pin. So there's the RDA. And get out this beauty ring. It does have Vape Zoo on it. It's just a plastic beauty ring. You do get 2 drip tips with it, both of which I don't really like, but at least you got options. And I'm going to get rid of this drip tip if I can get the fucker off with my sweaty hands. I'll get rid of that because I'm not going to use it. I don't like it. I don't like the feel of it. It is a 810. We can put all that back together. Get rid of the box. Sit it on the deck. And what drip tip was I going to use? I forgot. What am I going to put it on? A purple one. So I need to find another purple drip tip. Do I have another purple drip tip? Yes, I do, but I've got to steal it off something else. So, because it's going on a purple and black mod. So, and Bunny, this was unintentional, my sweet. It was not meant to wind you up. So, because I'm going to run it on the another 02. So, hello, Lauren Johnson. How are you, lass? I hope you're doing well. I like this style of drip tip with the way it tapers up. It works really well for me. One of the things I do like about this is the way that you adjust the airflow. It's different in that you do get 2 options of airflow on this. As you can see, you've got the, I'll put my glasses on, you blind old bastard. So as you can see, you've got the straight Cyclops style airflow here. And then if you turn it via this notch work here, you've got the honeycomb. Cloud Chucker, great to have you here, brother. And then if you keep turning it round, it's closed right off. What happens on one side happens on the other. And then you keep turning it round and it comes back to Cyclops. You can pull the, oh, my hands are sweaty. Mum's spaghetti. Pull the cap off. And I'll probably have to take that back out because your airflow control, now it's got a little bit of doming on the inside, so by rights the flavour should be great, but what you do to take this out is you push down on either side to take your airflow out. So that's your your top cap and your airflow control. You have the single O-ring at the bottom in here. The tension on it is absolutely spectacular in my opinion. So to put it back, and I love how that it slides inside, so your 510 still sits on there like normal. And you just slide that back up inside. And like I said, the tension on the O-ring is absolutely spectacular. Now, I did cock up when I said I was going to put it on the 0, because I was actually going to keep the 0 for the Bonza. And I was going to put it on wherever I've put it. I was actually going to put it on the Revival. But I think I'm going to put it on the 0. Other Sean, great to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. So now these are Allen key grubs. So you can see where your airflow lines up. The only thing with this, it does not have a cap lock. So the cap just spins all free round it. So anyway, being at a postless deck, it does have very deep juice wells. Now I just got to find me Allen keys. Let's try. No, that's 2 millimeters. No, we'll try 1.5. I don't like using supplied Allen key or Allen key wrenches or Allen wrenches. I just prefer to use my own. It's 1.5. So we just got to wind them out. I'm just checking them to make sure I've got them wide open. And like I said, I've never vaped this, but I have pulled it apart and looked at it. How the post configuration is, because I watched a couple of reviews on it just to make sure that I see what I'm doing. And the reason why I wanted to make sure was because one reviewer actually said that the positive holes go all the way through, so you could actually short it out on the deck. But when I pulled it out, the peak insulator is solid underneath. Actually, you know what? Just wind the positive ones back in, because you've got to wind them in to take the whole lot out. Take your positive out. I'll show you what I mean. Because what's the old saying? A picture makes means it saves 1,000 words. So what's that one? Is that 1.5 as well? No, that should be 2, I'd imagine. Oh, there was the other thing. It has an O-ring underneath. So if you over drip, it goes to there and stops. Can't go into your mod. I'd love to see more RDAs have this type of setup. And yeah, it stops you from filling your mod full of e-liquid. It's also good for getting off a mod. It doesn't allow it to seal down. It takes a little bit of the gap up, or, a little bit of protection. So anyway, it is just a steel 510 pin. Be careful not to lose the insulator. As you can see, there's your positive block. Slides out. And your 510, your post holes are blocked. So you can't push the coils right through and make a hard short. Whereas I believe on the earlier iterations, or the one that a certain reviewer received, they did go all the way through. So that was obviously an improvement they have done further down the line. At the 2 millimeter, yep. Okay. As soon as you back that off, though, that makes that deck loose, so it is not an adjustable 510. It protrudes more than enough for a hybrid mechanical mod. And I probably should say that with every hybrid mechanical mod, you must have a protruding 510 pin. So I'm going to use some SteamCraft Customs. And no, I'm not showing you the resistance. And flip you over there. Put that back. Get them out. Now, like I was saying, this does actually have fairly deep post holes. So I'm going to have a look at it and say it's going to be somewhere around 6.5 to 7 millimeters that I'll cut the leg length at. No, it's a build stand curry made by Bearded Viking Customs. So they're going to fit in. Just having a look. Yeah, they're going to fit in nice. These are, actually don't even say what they are. Look like aliens, hang on. Yep, these are aliens, just straight aliens. So we'll try cutting it at 6.5, I think. I'll put it the right way, you bonehead. 6.5. One bit. Two bits. We'll have a look at where they sit. And you go in. For someone like me with sausage fingers, it does make it a little bit awkward. They are really deep post holes. I'll probably be able to pull up on that a little bit. I probably should have cut them at 7. Anyway, let's have a look, see. Bit of a rookie error there. All right, Dean T, you take care, brother. Hashtag replay crew. Okay, I want to have a bit of a squeeze at that and see how that sits on the airflow. Well, actually, that sits not too bad on that airflow. I probably should zoom it in a wee bit so you can have a bit better look. Seems to be sitting in there quite nice. I'm going to cut this one again at 6.5. A little bit. I thought there was a little bit there. Okay. Let's get that fillet in like so. It's about even, I think. I feel. It's not a super 0 point none of your beers build, but it is definitely on a very low side. I'll let you know how low it's going to be when I go to fire it and whether the DNA will fire it or not. So twist that back round, get that up. Get that one to come up a wee bit. And that one's got to go out a little bit. That one's got to go out a bit. Looks pretty even to me. Yeah, it looks pretty even. Just give them a final. I will recheck these again once I fire the coils. Oh, come on, there we go. That's nice. Nice. Get rid of these little bits of doodads because I don't like them floating around. Have a sip of coffee. Grab the world's most beaten up Odin. One thing I really like the look of on this is how deep that juice well is. It, yeah, should be able to do a good blat in there. And oh, yep, no, we don't want 84 watts. Yeah, you should be able to do a real good dump in there and not have to worry about, you know, spillages, and the airflow is quite high. So anyway, let's have a look see. So I'm just firing this at 20 watts, small pulses. Takagawa. No, I don't. I can't honestly say why it is I like it that hot. It's just that's just the way I like it. You know, it's yeah, that's what keeps me satisfied. It's not even so much the adulteration liquid; it's heat that keeps me satiated. Starting to get a bit of color in there now. I said this is only at 20 watts, so we'll expect it to take a little while to heat up. And like I said, I was going to run it on the revival, but I really want to see how well it performs on the zero. And I might even be able to get Tony to make me up, like he did for the recoils, a little cup to... Yeah, I reckon I'll be able to get him to make one for me. Takagawa, yeah, 62 watts. That's about where I am TL. Just do a quick recheck of the settings so it fires properly. Okay, still staying there. All right, we'll just give it a bit more heat. Oh, wrong way, you buffhead. Take it up to 30 watts. It's still firing. And now we're starting to see some red in there. Very light. Yeah, still getting a bit of red. You got a bit of a hot spot there. And there. It is a little bit hard to see with the way that the airflow ramps are there. So you gotta be kind of pretty active on it. Got to keep looking all the way around for those hot spots. Come on, play nice. Come on, come out. Slowly, slowly. What's that, Takagawa? I can maybe take 2 takes of a dual coil, but after that it tickles my lungs and coughing. Yeah, I can understand what you're saying. MTL does, like true MTL does that to me. I actually cough when I vape MTL. Okay, we'll just check that resistance is futile. Let's say I'm back where it should be. Give that a bit more power. Take it up to 40 watts. Am I seeing any hot spots in there? Oh, one back there. Other one there. I think we might have got them all out, peeps. Oh no, there's a little one there. Come on, don't be a knobhead. I think I've got them all now. All right, we'll bump that up. 65 watts. There's still one in there. You little shyster. Come on, don't be a dick. Oh, you are. You've been an absolute dick. Right in there. Doesn't want to play the game. Just one tiny little hot spot. There we go. That gotcha. Oh, now you one in that side. Oh, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. I think we got them now. All right, let that cool down. Take them off. Flip back over cameras because that's going to reset on me. I can see it happening. I'll just while I'm doing that, letting that cool down, and that poor Odin is fucking hot. Just tighten them back up again. And because you quite often find once you've heated the coils up, that once you get them all hot, you'll get might only be like a 16th of a turn out of your grub screws. But just to make your connection solid, you know what I mean? So it's always good practice to check them. So obviously Cloud9 again. Takagawa, it can be the coils that you use, who's made them, how they've made them. Can give you hot spots. As a rule, SteamCraft Customs, I get exceptionally low amount of hot spots. Sometimes they can be a dick to get out, but it can also be the type of coils. Some aliens can be a bit of a bugger to get the hot spots out of, depending on the wrap. Yeah, it just depends on the coils themselves, mate. So, okay. A lot of your cheaper coils. I want to say cheap coils like your Coilology or shit like that will I don't need that light now. Natural sunlight's coming up. You will have you can have issues. Yeah, big series coils can be an absolute nightmare, Sean. You're dead on the money. You want to see it when I'm fighting with 5 and 6 millimeter coils. They can be an absolute douchebag. Beautiful. And that's probably take a little bit off that one because I felt the cotton in that one was perfect, where this one might be a little bit. I had to take a little bit extra off. You end up just being able to feel it when you've whipped as many times as I have. You just kind of sort of learn. There you go. Beautiful. And when I cut mine, I'll cut to the deck, but I also like to cut on an angle, like almost on a 45. And my pocket science behind that is these strands need to be like your outer strands up here need to be longer because they've got further travel to reach the bottom of the deck, where your inner ones don't. So that's the reason why I like to cut on an angle. Oh, yeah, here we go. Yes, Craig, you're right. Yes, I know. How much cotton? I know. We always give each other shit over how much cotton gets used. Always. So just have a look at that. And like I said, I've said in the past, I like to start at one end. So if this side's too long, there's a clump right there. Not a seed, a clump. No seeds in Cloud9. So if you cut this too long or too short, you've still got enough. You've still got more this side that you can either pull it through or pull some back this way if you need to. So, but that looks pretty fucking spot on to me. So again, just pull it down ever so slightly to the base and then cut on a 45. Like I said, it's just the way my brain works. Pocket, as Breeze Tones would say, pocket science. There's no validation on it. Just the way my brain works. And I think if you cut on a 45, by the time the outer strands reach the bottom, I'm not trying to thin it out, just trying to make sure that the strands are going the same way. All nice and straight. for capillary action. And what I should be using is the bent tweezers, because Breeze Stones, next week when I do this, when Breeze Stones taught me a trick that if you're using the bent tip tweezers, you can actually, and I'll just grab a set. No, because are they bent tip? Yes, they are. But these are mangled. As you can see, these tweezers are absolutely mangled. But if you're using bent, I've got to buy a new set. If you actually hold them this way, it's easier to tuck it in. That's the reason why I don't use these ones, because they're fucked. So, cotton bacon prime. I've never been a fan of cotton bacon. So anyway, what are we going to put? What are we going to put in this? What are we going to put in this? You know what? I might try some Grandma's lemonade. ModFog's Grandma's lemonade. Haven't had this for, I don't think I've had this for a couple of weeks. So nice big drip out of the bottle. I don't know who that was. Probably my daughter, to say that she's awake and I can wish her happy birthday. But I'll be surprised if my daughter's awake yet. Her and her fiance can sleep like fucking babies, I tell you. Thank you, Jane. It is such a delicious lemonade, and it's a traditional lemonade. That's one of the things I really love about it. It's got that nice citric tartness to it. Yeah, that it really appeals to me, that that traditional style lemonade. It is definitely in my flavor profile. Just clean that spillage up. That is only at 65 watts, but there you go. Let's crack it up. Get it up around the 100 mark. Yeah, that'll do. 100 watts. Get it all absorbed in. Dump a heap in there. Right. Drop that cap on. Oh, you buffhead. That's the only thing I'm not real sure about. That you got to really, and turning that, lining that up. Yeah, that's all lined up and stayed lined up. That cap's right down. Yep. I suppose you should double check that resistance just to be safe. Go to settings, atomizer, measure. It did come up a bit, but they are hot. So let's see. Yeah, that atomizer is a bit hot. So it makes sense it'll be a little bit higher resistance. Get a fresh battery. Drop it in, zoom back up a bit. Oh, wrong way. Zoom back up a bit. 0 mods, 0 battery wrap. Actually, he's never done purple ones. I'll have to hit him up, tell him to do some fucking purple ones. Yeah, try it on the honeycomb first, I suppose. There we go. We got action. A little bit more. And that purple just matches fucking beautifully. Wow. Yeah. Nice. Nice one. All right, take the glasses off. Flip back over camera. And have a toodle puff. Good flavour. You can see how bright it is outside. Actually, just before we do that, let's see if I can get that to dampen that light a bit. Without too much sunlight coming in. Better check that phone. Oh no. Oh, right. I'll watch that later, Flavour Craver. It is hot. I'm not going to, the top cap is hot. This is a low build. I'm going to say that. I got to see. Okay. Now I can concentrate to on chat as well. Yeah, Sean, the Cloud9 does shine in high power, but you don't get any cotton taste from it for me. And like I said, it has basically zero break-in time. Takagawa, hit up SteamCraft, hit up Dave Watman. I can't personally speak about Dave's coils yet. They're in the air. They're in the air. Week or two, I'll be able to talk to you about Dave Watman's coils. Everything that I've heard has been positive. No, SteamCraft you can get Takagawa, I believe, out of the UK, but not in the EU. The flavor's bang on. The flavor is absolutely bang on. I'm getting that the traditional lemonade with almost a grapefruit, you know, which is what I've said before. You get almost like a real tart grapefruit, hit you in the jaw, which is what I want from it. Exactly what I want from it. That's why I like it so much. A lemonade like that should, to me, taste exactly as that's tasting. Mate, you just, yeah, I can't speak to it, Takagawa, because I don't know how the system works. Yeah, whether how they say wire art or whatever. Yeah. But it's pretty hot. It is pretty warm. There's no two doubts about it. But I did pulse it for a long time, so I'd expect it. And being that it's stainless steel, once it's got heat in it, it does take a little while for the heat to dissipate. The Sean, it is like a handmade lemonade. You know, when you squeeze fresh lemons and maybe a bit of grapefruit. It is that, yeah, it's a thick lemonade. Probably a better way to describe it. Actually, might try with the full-blown airflow open on it. Yeah, it's that real. It is, yeah, hits you in the back of the jaw. You know, when you sort of like get that almost like a cramp, where you know you get that sourness of the citrus. It is beautiful. Yeah, it is just sensational. That's why I've got a large bottle of it in the house, because I can also vape that in the house without getting in trouble. She doesn't mind that one. Obviously, that airflow is a lot smoother with the honeycomb as opposed to the Cyclops. But very, very, very little diminish in flavor. As you saw, I had those coils right out near the near the airflow slots. I don't think it'll. No, I won't. You won't. Let's see if we can zoom wrong way. Zoom right in and go the right way. You can see where the coils are. It's hitting the whole coil, and I've got them very close out to the airflow. Yeah, so it's just smashing straight into that coil. That's why I'm getting such good flavour out of it. I should have cut the legs at probably 7.5 mils. I think would have been better because I did have to raise them up slightly. 7.5 mils, I think, would be a perfect length for this because they are such deep post holes. But the flavour is impeccable, and this is my type of build. So it's low, and it is working fantastically. Little bit whistly with the Cyclops. Let's take it back to honeycomb. And now that there's a little bit of heat and condensation on that O-ring adjustment for the airflow, that spins beautifully. You've got a nice tension. It's easy to adjust and move that around. So yeah, that to me is a bloody good RDA. But I think I will definitely get Tony to make me up a sleeve like he did for the recoil, the R3. Let's have a look. See how close that goes to the airflow. Nah, way too low. Way too low. That's unfortunate. Bit messy. Wipe it off the top. But the O-ring's done its job. It stopped it going into the 510. So nice. Very nice. Oi, oi. Hope you're good, man. Thanks for joining in. Yeah, I'll be winding it up very shortly, to be honest with you. But yeah. Nice. So yeah, I'm not going to attack the Bonza today. We're at an hour 40 now. I'll save that for another one. Definitely. Yeah, actually, I think I'll keep that going. I think I'll keep the SQ going today, all day, and I think I'll keep that legal with the 02 going today, all day, so that way I can have them on the back deck without the wife getting upset. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. So good. So good. Oh, nice. Nice. Anyone got any questions that they want to ask? Something maybe I didn't cover that they'd like a little bit more information on? That'll be almost cold, I reckon. Yep, that's almost cold. We'll fill that back up. Those of you who are in Craig's Discord server, the link will be posted in the Discord server. So yeah, that's there for an after show. Nikki Maynard, you fucking legend. How are you? Oh, mate. Jay Logan, yes, you can. Tony will ship to the US. You've just got to hit him up through Instagram or Jungle Book. He will ship to the US. And remembering that zeros are made to order. They are not produced and have them sitting on the shelf. So it will take a couple of weeks. But yes, Tony does ship to the US. I know Sawteel owns a number of zero mods, and I think his prices are exceptionally reasonable without going into pricing. So remembering that they're all solid silver 999 contacts. They are not silver plated. They are not sterling silver. They are solid silver contacts. So yes, Jay Logan, I think they represent excellent value for money. The name of the purple mod is I'll put it in chat. The Evdillo by you well. There you go. Goat, thanks for being here. But that's the one you want, Takagawa. I'm assuming, yeah, that shiny purple one, that one. That's the Evdillo or Evil Dildo, it's commonly called. So yeah, but Jay Logan, yeah, hit Tony up. I know he's not making the 01 anymore. It's off the menu, so to speak. But the S40, the 02, I'm pretty sure he's still doing the S30 skulls, Squonk mod. Yeah, so just hit Tony up, say that I've referred you, and mate, go from there. So I think that's pretty much where I will wind it up tonight. Yeah, an hour and 45, I think it's long enough. I want to thank each and every one of you for being here tonight. I appreciate you all. Hope you've enjoyed the stream. And did you get the Purple Blaze Solo, Takagawa? Because it would look absolutely stunning on there, because made by the same company. So, yeah, check it out. You may find it in the Craig got me the purple Evdillo. So yeah, you may still find it in the UK. I don't know. Bunny may even be able to help you out through her shop, being that she's in Ireland. So anyway, have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Take care, be safe, look after each other, and don't ever sweat it, man. You've always got replay, brother. And I will see you all next week. And thank you. Take care and good night.
Banter with Birdy, his mom's take